1. During a virtual job tryout VJT simulation assessing mentoring ability, a candidate is asked to guide a struggling new employee. What is the best approach to ensure adult learning principles are applied? A. Give a detailed list of tasks and deadlines. B. Assign a mentor and leave the new hire to observe independently. C. Engage the employee in reflective discussion to build on prior experiences. D. Provide standardized instructions without customization. 2. In designing a VJT module for evaluating regulatory compliance awareness, which of the following best represents an effective assessment scenario? A. Asking candidates to define legal terminology. B. Presenting a simulated compliance breach and analyzing the response. C. Showing a regulatory handbook and asking for page references. D. Testing recall of regulatory dates and authorities. 3. A VJT includes a curriculum development scenario. Which step demonstrates alignment with evidence-based adult learning practices? A. Prioritizing rote memorization activities. B. Using instructor-led lectures as the primary method. C. Incorporating problem-based learning grounded in job tasks. D. Delivering content through static PDFs only. 4. A virtual job tryout includes a team communication task. What demonstrates effective adult learning facilitation in this scenario? A. Leading without soliciting input from others. B. Dominating conversation to ensure clarity. C. Encouraging shared dialogue and clarifying roles collaboratively. D. Completing the task solo to show initiative. 5. When assessing candidates for evaluation competency via VJT, which scenario best examines formative assessment skills? A. Creating a survey to collect post-training feedback. B. Designing a quiz at the end of training. C. Observing learner performance and providing immediate feedback. D. Comparing final scores among all learners. 6. What is the most appropriate method for integrating regulatory policy interpretation into a VJT? A. Asking candidates to memorize state statutes. B. Simulating an audit and requiring policy-based decision-making. C. Providing compliance documents for review only. D. Evaluating grammar and written reports. 7. A candidate is taking a VJT that simulates onboarding a diverse team. What best demonstrates sensitivity to adult learning styles? A. Delivering uniform content regardless of learner background. B. Creating a one-size-fits-all slide deck. C. Using a combination of visual, kinesthetic, and auditory methods. D. Assigning all learning to self-paced modules. 8. What is the key advantage of including reflective journaling in a mentoring-focused VJT module? A. Tracks time on task for productivity analysis. B. Forces repetition of content. C. Encourages critical thinking and personal growth. D. Serves as a log for managerial approval. 9. A virtual job tryout includes a task simulating a professional development plan. Which approach aligns with best practice in mentoring? A. Setting rigid learning goals unrelated to job role. B. Using a templated form with no employee input. C. Co-creating goals with the mentee based on strengths and needs. D. Repeating goals used for all team members. 10. In a VJT module that requires scenario analysis for conflict resolution, which option reflects sound communication strategy? A. Ignoring the conflict to prevent escalation. B. Listening actively and validating perspectives before suggesting solutions. C. Reasserting one's position to maintain authority. D. Redirecting the conversation without addressing the issue. 11. A VJT evaluates mentoring through a coaching dialogue. What should the mentor do first? A. Provide a checklist of rules. B. Share personal success stories. C. Ask open-ended questions to understand the mentee's perspective. D. Direct the mentee to HR policies. 12. In a virtual job tryout testing curriculum development, what element best demonstrates alignment with adult learning theory? A. Using standardized lectures. B. Designing tasks relevant to real job scenarios. C. Including pop quizzes after every slide. D. Delivering content in bulk sessions. 13. A compliance-related VJT simulates a data privacy breach. What is the most effective candidate response? A. Ignore the issue until management notices. B. Share the incident with the entire team. C. Follow organizational protocol and report the breach. D. Make assumptions about user intent and act independently. 14. In a VJT assessing program evaluation, what approach best exemplifies summative evaluation? A. Giving informal feedback during training. B. Conducting needs analysis. C. Measuring outcomes at the end of training to determine impact. D. Interviewing stakeholders before launch. 15. A candidate in a VJT is designing a communication strategy for a remote team. Which action supports inclusive communication? A. Sending mass emails without follow-up. B. Scheduling all meetings in one time zone. C. Using multiple platforms and formats to ensure accessibility. D. Encouraging team members to adapt individually. 16. In a virtual job tryout assessing mentoring, how should feedback be provided to best support adult learners? A. Only provide written performance metrics. B. Offer feedback without context to maintain neutrality. C. Deliver timely, specific feedback tied to learning goals. D. Wait for the mentee to request guidance. 17. A VJT asks candidates to create learning assessments. Which best practice supports evaluation method validity? A. Writing subjective essay questions without rubrics. B. Using consistent, clearly defined performance criteria. C. Relying on peer evaluation only. D. Designing random questions to test recall. 18. During a VJT task involving new policy rollout, what is the best strategy for ensuring compliance? A. Send an email with the full policy and expect acknowledgement. B. Conduct mandatory training with comprehension checks. C. Rely on posters and passive signage. D. Assume department heads will enforce it. 19. A candidate is tested on curriculum sequencing in a VJT. Which method follows logical instructional design? A. Randomly ordering topics for variety. B. Starting with advanced material to challenge learners. C. Building from foundational concepts to complex tasks. D. Teaching non-job-related content first. 20. In a scenario assessing peer mentoring, which behavior should be encouraged? A. Mentors giving directives without dialogue. B. Mentors imposing personal opinions. C. Mentors facilitating reflection and growth through questioning. D. Mentors focusing only on performance issues. Virtual Job Tryout. Virtual Job Tryout VJT tests are interactive, pre-employment assessments designed to simulate real workplace tasks and scenarios. Used by employers to evaluate a candidate's competencies, behaviors, and decision-making skills, VJTs provide a realistic preview of the job environment while measuring how well applicants perform in role-specific situations. These tests assess a range of abilities such as problem-solving, communication, teamwork, regulatory awareness, and customer service. By combining behavioral assessments with job simulations, virtual job tryouts offer a data-driven approach to identify high-potential candidates and support fair, evidence-based hiring decisions. Here are the top 5 beneficial uses of virtual job tryout exam. 1. Improved hiring accuracy. VJT tests simulate real job tasks, enabling employers to assess how candidates actually perform under realistic conditions, leading to better hiring decisions. 2. Predictive performance insights. These assessments help forecast future job performance by analyzing candidates' behavioral tendencies and decision-making skills in a simulated environment. 3. Enhanced candidate experience. Candidates gain a clear understanding of job expectations, increasing transparency and reducing early turnover by aligning role demands with personal preferences. 4. Reduction in bias. VJTs offer a standardized method for evaluating applicants, minimizing unconscious bias and supporting diversity in hiring. 5. Efficient talent screening. Employers can quickly filter large applicant pools, focusing time and resources on the most suitable candidates based on performance, not just resumes.